Ethan. I always look in his background to see what he's got going on back there.
You have something going on in your background.
Where?
Over there in the corner by the lamp. Or whatever
here?
that is. Mm-hmm.
What's going on there?
There's a friend back there.
Oh, cool. Why?
So, homie.
Like
because he's
a
tuning into
friendly
the
friend
show.
or a friendly friend?
A nice friend or
a
nice friend. No, yeah. Like a little kid. He's just curious. He was like peeking his head out. He's like in between the curtain and the...
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's cool. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We got a great one tonight. Spooky one tonight. Ethan is giving us the most famous cases by the Warrens. If you don't know who the Warrens are, just think of the Conjuring. You'll figure it out. Let's get into it. What is up, Paranormal Dudes? Welcome back to episode 42 of the Paranormal Podcast. Paranormal Dudes Podcast. Whoa, almost messed that up. ¿Qué hola, México? Bienvenidos a episodio 42. We are here with the gang again with another great episode. As I mentioned a little earlier, Ethan's got a crazy topic. It's the Warrens. Everybody loves the Warrens, the paranormal, in the paranormal community and just the general public. If you're not familiar who the Warrens are, a lot of their stories are in the Conjuring movies. So super looking forward to that. That's going to be a cool thing to talk about. Before we jumped into everything between us, Jessie mentioned I had a friend here in this area. So yeah, usually we start the show with asking each other if anything paranormal has happened to one another since the last time we talked. Jessie just found one out right now, coincidentally. Jessie finds witnesses and feels things on the regular. So anything for you, Ethan? Did you experience anything since the last time we spoke?
I haven't.
Cat's got his tongue. He's dying. Are you okay?
I haven't though.
Possession is starting. Oh, okay.
The possession is starting. Isn't there an entity that makes you cough? I could have sworn there's an entity that does it.
The COVID.
The COVID ghost. The COVID ghost. What about
my eyes look really dark. Sorry, I just noticed my eyes look really dark today.
You're a very goth girl tonight, Jessie.
Ooh, creepy.
What about you, Ask? Anything?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing this week, honestly. But I guess earlier I had a dream where there was a guy that was doing I don't know, it's because I was watching these memes of like this guy going up to people and he's give me your hand, and the random person gives him their hand. He's like, I'm gonna do a prayer, and then he starts talking like this, and then he does a prayer, gosh. And the people are like, what the heck? But in the dream, it was a family friend of mine, and some random dude came and was like, oh, I need to do this on her, I don't know what. And he just started saying this stuff, and I was like, hey man, you don't need to do that right now. In the dream, and he's like, oh, you know something. And I was like, yeah, this is not what we need to do right now. And I just woke up, but I don't know if it was just because I was watching those memes, but it was just weird. But nothing.
It could have been the memes
in real life. But
and I'm going to refrain from asking Jessie, because Jessie's just like, oh my gosh, they're everywhere. driving down the street
What
or something.
are you
It's
talking
just
about?
She's at the stop sign waiting for someone to cross, honking behind her. Like, dude, don't you see the person walking
don't you
by?
see the person walking? And the person's like, "What are you talking about? There's no one there, crazy lady."
That's happened to me before,
Oh, damn. No way.
And that was just us messing around and joking. Okay, cool. Jeez,
I guess we could switch it up a little bit. And do you see or feel anything from my square?
Oh no.
Oh shoot, dude. Or so scared.
Demo.
So scared.
Demo's our guest. He's our first guest on the Paranormal Dudes.
I actually did, and I was like, why did he put his desk up against a wall just so that there could be nothing behind him? I was like, why
That's
did
exactly
he do
what it is. Yes.
Well, the
Exactly.
wall doesn't help anything. It just mirrors it for me.
Oh my gosh. Oscar's like, mirror what? Mirrors what? What do you see right now?
Black
And what he keeps looking at in that corner.
Oh no. What do you see, Oscar? What do you see, Oscar?
What do I see? My vision board. Honestly, my vision board's right there.
The doll in the hallway.
I mean, if I were to like look through that wall, then yeah, the doll would be there.
I think that's what Jesse's referring to.
But my vision board's right there, and like my goals. And
are you ever going to, on the pod, bring the doll on and show?
I could bring it right now. Like. I was gonna bring it last time, but I didn't want
50,000 comments, and Oscar will bring the doll on the show.
Doll. Yes.
I didn't bring it last time because Jessie was like, "I just got to limpieza. I don't want to do all that right now." So I was like, "All right, cool. Let's not do that." But we got another doll, or my wife got another doll. It's like it's actually a cow.
That's super creepy. Okay,
from a vintage shop. I'm like, dude,
oh my gosh. You're like hitting all the notes of things not to do when it comes to creepy dolls.
Yeah, but it's a cow. It's in a dress. It's weird, but
makes sense. Well, you out there are our listeners and viewers. If you have a story you want to share with us, make sure to leave a comment. We'll get into a discussion about it. Leave a comment, or if you want to be featured on the show, make sure you send your story to paranormaldudesstories@gmail.com. Make sure you do that right here. The address is right here. It's not that hard. Just do it, and you're a part of the show. Ethan, you were going to say something.
What about my square, Jessie?
Oh, we're
Did you say an icebreaker?
Anything? Do you see?
We're all
feel
courageous
anything
tonight, huh?
No,
apparently so. But
not even the little.
I mean,
boy.
Actually, you and Ethan are courageous. What happened to me just happened to me. Jessie just said it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Is the little boy still here?
I feel left out a little bit. That's what I wanted her to see. Like,
no. Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you ask him if he likes the red, or maybe he wants a different color?
Yeah.
Or maybe or maybe RGB. Maybe
you have to ask him, bro.
Wow.
You're there.
Don't talk to it.
Oh. Okay, I won't. Notice she said it. She didn't say him. She said it. Anybody catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't
I roll.
A little worrisome. I roll 1. I roll 2.
Just don't talk to it. Just say you're not welcome here. That's it. Just say that. Nothing bad. Just say it.
Okay. You're not welcome here.
The vecinos like.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. I'm heating up, bro. That was kind of intense.
That's don't make me ever do that again, Jess. I'm just kidding. Another one. That's 3. That's 3 for this episode. Okay. I think we could jump into our topic. Without further ado, Ethan, the floor is yours. Cough away.
The floor is lava.
The floor is lava.
What we have here is Ed and Lorraine Warren's most famous cases of all time. Sadly, both of them have already passed away. They have done a lot of English. So number 9 is the Union Cemetery case. This was published in 1992, way before I was born. I think Oscar too.
Way before, bro. It was like 5 years.
The Union Cemetery is one of the major Ed and Lorraine Warren ghost cases to not be adapted into a horror feature or TV movie at some point in time. This may be the case because of the story, which detailed in 1992 Buck Graveyard, the true hauntings from the old New England cemetery. Doesn't have strong characters around which is a narrative can be centered. So the Union Cemetery is located in Easton, Connecticut, and has been said to be one of the most haunted cemeteries in the nation, which led to the Ed and Lorraine Warren investigation of the property. During said investigation, Ed allegedly captured video of the location's notorious white lady ghost. White lady, another
white lady. Wait. That was last episode, right? White lady.
No,
again?
no. But it's always a white lady ghost or a female ghost.
Right.
It's never like a male or anything like that.
Yeah, it's always of course.
An apparition that had also been reported in Monroe, Connecticut's nearby Stephanie Cemetery. I don't know if I said that right. However, Stepney Cemetery. Yes. However, aside from there are no major incidents that have been reported in which the apparition has interacted dangerously or otherwise with a notable living person.
Okay. I mean, is there a particular reason why this hasn't been adapted into a movie or show or anything like that?
It kind of says right there, it's because there's no strong characters. There wasn't like a family or anything like that. It was just a cemetery.
Like there's no story to go by. Yeah. Is what it is.
They would have to like make up a whole story in order for it to be a movie, basically.
$5 somewhere down the line, $5 someone is gonna create an adaptation of this, or
probably
do something close to their findings and create an entire story out of it. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Is crazy. If you look at the list, the top three, bottom three aren't like anything notable.
Which is crazy because that means it's something,
Well, they're all books.
I mean,
more than
There.
anything.
Oh, for sure. And I could tell you guys finally that I have seen the Devil
movie?
Made Me Do It. I have seen it.
Okay, good.
So I could clear the air on that. I actually have seen it. A couple days ago over the weekend, I was watching it. I think Jessie even called me while I was watching it, and I was sitting there for a good 15 minutes like, I've seen this movie. And then I changed it to Smile 2. Smile 2 is good, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like this, because there's no strong characters and talking about how they're going to remake this, I feel like it's going to be one of those movies where they're like, oh, like, this is like the Bloody Mary and like all that stuff that hasn't been passed on. Like, they're going to be like, oh, you have to go to the cemetery at night and record yourself. And then they record themselves. And
it's funny you say that, Oscar. Even that, do you guys remember the La Llorona movie that they made?
Yeah.
Where they put La Llorona in East LA?
Yes, that one. Well, you remember they like created an entire story about it. You have to get this amulet and then like put it somewhere, and you're just like, what? Okay. And I mean the horror parts, like the scary parts, they were good. Like the story just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And she doesn't chill in East LA. I know that.
I don't think it was good at all. And then like she appeared in a drain or something. Like, no.
And what, like Pennywise?
Like they were in a freaking drain in East LA, one of those on the street looking for her.
Oh yeah.
Is that yeah? I don't remember, dude. Because I honestly, I didn't really think much of it because I didn't retain a lot of the things that happened in that movie because, well, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing ever.
I just remember the car scene where they're in the car and something.
Oh, where she's like, they're like, there just hasn't really been any good, decent, scary movies out lately.
No. Although there is a
I have some. We have some. We'll forward them to you, Jessie. And I'm sure you haven't seen them.
I'll be the judge of that.
Wait, did any of the Conjuring movies get you scared, Jessie, at all?
The first one creeped me out.
Mm. Yeah, the first one's scary.
But after that, nothing. Like Smile 1, 2.
Wait, what about
That
Paranormal
one where they
Activity?
talk to the hand.
Oh, that one was pretty gruesome. Talk to me.
The Rocka Rocka one, right? That's the one she's talking about. The one where you have to shake the hand. Is that the one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Paranormal Activity?
No, it's like watching The Housewives.
Not even the first one?
No,
Really?
did not scare me.
Take it with a grain of salt when you get movie advice from Jessie, and I'm saying this. And I'm saying this.
Oh my God.
Because you got to remember, this effing girl, okay, experiences stuff on the regular that is, her life is a scary movie. She's experiencing the Sixth Sense in real life, so why is a movie going to scare her or anything like that? And that, I think that's why she's kind of desensitized to all of that, all that stuff, because
it just has to be a really good story and a really good, like, scary movie. Like there are movies that are good, they have good stories.
Someone has to fall in love, and then they find love in the end, and then someone gets killed. That's what I really want.
I said
it's got to be some
rom-com,
like,
okay?
Eat, pray, love for Jessie. That's what it is.
What about Oculus? Have you seen Oculus before?
Is that the mirror one?
No. Wait, mirror?
Yeah, there's a mirror in there.
She looks into a mirror with the Oculus.
That's like the
girl that grabs like the mirror, right? She holds like both sides or something, and then like it's like she sees herself, but she's like all in black or something.
I think so, but it's the one where she starts eating an apple, but it's actually a light bulb, or it's a light bulb and it's an apple, or something like that.
Guys, ready?
Let's go 8, right?
All right.
8, yeah.
All right, number 8. South End Werewolf. B minus in 1991. Most cases
way before we were born.
Way before. That's 6 years. It's one of the most unusual cases among the incidents in the Warrens' files, which numbered over 1,000 over the course of their long careers. Damn. That's a lot of cases. This case, which took place in English town of Southend-on-Sea, was published by the Warrens in their 1991 book Werewolf, a true story of the demonic possession. While the claims contained therein don't technically involve a person transforming into a werewolf, they take shape of a much more uncommon form of possession than the usual Warren case. So they're not a werewolf?
So it's
Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf.
Team Jacob.
So it's more of a demonic possession than like your traditional werewolf story.
Which makes sense, because I have a story about a werewolf like that I'm going to save for one of the shorts, I think.
Yes, we will save it for the shorts. Please save it. Yeah, it makes sense that it's more of a demonic possession. I'm not very familiar with werewolf lore. If like there's been any documentation on it, if anyone has witnessed anything like that, or if there's stories of it really happening, I'm sure there are, but I'm not familiar with it. Are you guys?
I'm not too familiar with werewolf stuff. I do know the weird thing about like werewolf stuff, like the lore of it is like if you get bit by the werewolf, right? In order to stop the transformation of the werewolf, you have to kill the werewolf that bit you. So if you kill that werewolf that bit you, then you won't transform.
Oh. So what happens if you slap his knob?
Sir, oh my God.
These are real questions. We need real answers.
Wait, time out. Hold on. I gotta say something.
These are real questions.
I gotta say something.
Need true, real answers.
Comments and
Oscar.
And 50 comments and Oscar will go find out it for himself.
Hold on. I gotta clarify something here. I say one F-bomb. No. It's bad. But should have talked about knob.
Hey, I didn't cuss. And I didn't actually say the words.
You're not talking what kind of knob, Ethan.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a doorknob.
A doorknob? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
It could be anything at this point.
Okay. Let me finish the werewolf thing. I haven't finished yet.
Go ahead. Okay.
The South End case concerned local carpenter William Ramsey, who had unusual seizures that began when he was 9, which led to...
It began before the time.
which led to periods of intense rage and violent behavior. After his seizures became more frequent as an adult, the Warrens visited Ramsey and convinced him to come to Connecticut for a exorcism performed by Bishop Robert McKenna, which they McKenna, which they alleged dispelled the demonic possession that was causing Ramsey's violent spells.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like this could be a movie. I mean,
This
can have a whole,
could definitely be a movie.
especially with the whole.
So they made this guy travel from England.
I know.
Yep.
He's possessed. Okay.
Traveling?
They're like, can you book a flight? You pay for it though.
To
and you
Connecticut.
come out here to Connecticut and we'll take care of it. How? Now, try to imagine that. Okay. Imagine, meaning a true account of one of their cases of the Warrens. So imagine because it's a commercial flight. This could took a commercial flight.
Did he go like in wolf mode on the plane?
Or was he on wolf mode on the plane? Or
Yes.
now imagine if you're the guy.
He wasn't, bro. He had to be on airplane mode.
You're so
Oh,
dumb. You're so, for not having kids yet. This guy
I know,
has
that's like
great
a
dad
dad joke.
jokes. Yes,
Great.
All right,
super
I'm
dad
good.
joke.
I'm preparing,
Dios mío.
Prepared. So, imagine being the person next to him while he's possessed and having these seizures. Dude, yeah, you're like, what?
He's the middle
What's
seat. Fuck.
he's a
I marked
middle
it.
seat. That's
I
fine.
marked it.
It's fine. We're allotted at least one an episode, I guess. That's a good one, Ethan. I mean, I didn't know that this existed. Maybe at some point, Blumhouse, which is the company that distributes it. They don't distribute it. They just produce it, I think.
They do the production. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they should maybe look into this. And I would love to see that airplane scene and how that works out going to Connecticut, because I can't put it in my brain. Like, imagine being a stewardess. Sir, would you like some Pete?
He's like, no, just a cup of blood, please.
Jeez.
Let's see
All
what
right,
that flight time.
How long is the
Case?
flight?
12 hours.
Oh my gosh. Did they give him a sedative or something?
That's
the
a
whole
one
way?
stop.
Maybe.
One stop.
Maybe he was under the plane.
Like a dog? Is that what you say? A werewolf? He's a werewolf dog? All right.
Classifies.
All right, go for it, Ethan.
All right, number 7.
Am I saying this right? The Smurl case?
Smurl
Okay.
case, yeah.
Moral case.
So number 7, the Smurl case. This was in 1988. Way before my time.
Oh my gosh. Jesse, they keep saying that and it goes further and further and we're still born. We're still born.
No, I know.
The story of the Smurl family was captured in 1988 book, The Haunting: One Family's Nightmare. According to the married couple, Janet and Jack Smurl, a demon occupied their West Pittston, Pennsylvania home for more than a decade, beginning in 1974. The allegations range from typical haunted house phenomena such as noises in the night to more extreme accusations, including
Essay.
Well, but that, hold on, that sounds like a what's that demon's name?
Entity?
No,
Like a zesty.
Incubus. An
incubus, like to do sexual things.
Yeah, that's
Because I mean,
so. The
I wouldn't
allegations
think-
range from typical haunted house phenomena such as noises in the night to more extreme accusations, including SA. Dude, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure no regular spirit or ghost would do anything like that. I would think.
I wouldn't hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kind of sounds like an incubus. But
Yeah.
continue. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a movie.
The Warrens' first investigation in the house in 1986, and Ed reported the demon writing a message on the mirror, warning them to get out. In 1991, the story of the case was adapted into a 2-hour TV movie, titled The Haunted, starring The Walking Dead's Jeffrey Demon, I don't know, and Oscar nomination Sally Kirkland. Although it wasn't the first feature-length adaptation of a Warren case, It was the first to feature a couple on-screen characters. In this case, played as Stephen. Damn, I am butchering these people's last names.
You are, but it's fine. It's beautiful.
Stephen, what is it? Markle.
Markle.
Star Trek: The New Generation, and Diane Baker, The Sign of the Lambs.
Of the Lambs.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
I didn't even know this was a movie.
Me neither.
I'm looking it up.
One of the main characters, his last name is Demon. And it's like a
Oh, this does look familiar.
Does it? I mean, I don't recognize it.
Yeah.
It's called. What is it called again? The Haunted.
The Haunted.
The Haunted.
It's a 1991 thing.
One family's nightmare.
It says the small family move into their new home on Chase Street only to find that it's plagued with 3 spirits and a demon. The demon wants to destroy their family, and they are consistently desperate until they find the Warren family to get rid of them.
I actually want to watch this.
Me too.
Okay. This was a good one. I mean, it's kind of, we're starting to enter into the Warren territory of demons, because a lot of their cases revolve around demons and those types of entities. And I'm unfamiliar. I'm not familiar with this story, so this is a good find, Ethan.
This next one, I think we will. I've seen it.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's
TV adaptation.
Oh, it's a TV. Okay, go for it.
Anybody want to help me with that name?
Yeah,
I don't.
Snedeker.
Snedeker, right?
Yeah.
All these weird names.
I know.
Oh.
Is it because of the area, maybe?
Area and
maybe,
time, I think.
but I mean, it's not like it's gonna be La Casa de los Morenos or something like that, Jesse.
Could be.
Los
Garcias.
Garcias.
Right.
Los Garcias.
Number 6, the Snedeker House. This is from 1992. The movie inspirations to Snedeker House is for The Haunting in Connecticut, A Haunting in Connecticut, and The Haunting in Connecticut. Interesting.
The Haunting in Connecticut. I remember that movie.
You do?
Not like shot for shot, scene for scene, but I remember.
That's the one where the kid's like throwing up or whatever. And it's like coming out of his
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah, because if you look at the photos that they're putting.
Yeah,
and they end up burning the house at the end. I think something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Go ahead, Ethan.
The case in the Snedeker house, which was captured in the Warrens' 1992 book, and I heard.
Oh my gosh!
In a dark place, the story of the true haunting. And another one that the couple first investigated in 1986, it involved the Snedeker family, who had moved into the house that was formerly a funeral parlor. Although
that's great.
Although poltergeist activity was originally suspected to be the case of mysterious happenings around the house, the Warrens reported that the house was infested with demons.
Not one, but demons. Plural?
Infested, bro. They didn't even...
Jesus.
Wow.
How is that even possible? Like portals or what? Jesse, you got anything on that?
Absolutely. I'm just kidding.
My senses say.
Let me tell you.
There's portals. There's different frequencies. It can be several. Like they probably don't even know that they're all there. It's just like
wild.
different ones. And
that's crazy. Multiple demons. That's... I'll continue, Ethan. I'm just kind of...
You're good. A documentary about the case featuring a reenactment starring Brett Fleischer, Hearts in... I'm not going to say where they're from. And titled A Haunting in Connecticut was produced in 2002 as a special introducing the Discovery show A Haunting, which would eventually run for 11 seasons and 115 total episodes. So it became a TV show. Damn. The TV movie was later adapted into 2009 film The Haunting in Connecticut, which starred Virginia Madsen and Kyle Galnier. and was followed by the unusual title, sequel, The Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghost of
Ghosts
Georgia.
of Georgia.
I don't know there was a second one.
I didn't know either.
It's
hella,
probably really
hella
bad.
confusing title.
It's
The Haunting in Connecticut, but in Georgia, Ghosts of Georgia. I didn't know there was a sequel, but I'm very familiar with this. Not necessarily the story itself, but the movie. I remember that I saw it, and I do remember that scene of they're like in a hallway or something, and you could see all the scratches and blood marks. I do recognize that one, and I remember the lady as well. It was a creepier movie, dude, and I think so. This is actually a case by the Warrens, correct, Ethan?
Wait, isn't this the one where he starts taking off the wall and there's like bodies, and that's where he burns the house down?
Possibly. I don't remember. Okay,
ready?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, number 5, the Arnie Johnson case. This is a tie to, I think, the most recent Conjuring movie, The Devil Made Me Do It. So the inspiration for Arnie Johnson was the demon murder case, where demons dwell, and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. And in an investigation that was later captured in Gerald Britson's 1983 book, The Devil in Connecticut. Man, it's always in Connecticut. The Warrens
what the hell's going on
attempted to solve the possession of a young man in the early 1980s. This was followed by his older sister fiance, Arnie Cheyenne Johnson, murdered his landlord in 1981. The Warrens claimed that this was also a case of a demonic possession, and Johnson's trial, in which he claimed that he was not guilty by reason of demonic possession, igniting a major media circus at the time. This story was adapted into the 1983 television movie The Demon Murder Case, which starred Kevin Bacon just 3 years after his performance in the iconic horror movie Friday the 13th. Decades later, the movie received a prequel in 2006, but the most notable adaptation of the case came when it was folded into the Conjuring universe in The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, in which Johnson was played by Irish actor, I'm going to say O'Connor.
Rory
O'Connor.
Whoa. Okay, I mean, I remember this movie, and I remember the story. I think we had a little bit of a discussion in a prior episode about hallucinogens. Is this the same? This is the same thing, right?
This is the same. The one that you saw where he remember. Right. If you watched the movie, he did murder his landlord. Remember, he was. I
remember that. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same. That's him, Ernie Johnson.
And I forgot the name of the drug.
Syphimax, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Something, yeah.
There you go. But that's where the whole casing gets a little weird, though, because as you can tell, he wasn't part of the family of the fiance. The fiance was the one that was connected to the family with the little boy that was getting the drugs.
Right.
So that was the whole controversy thing about him being possessed and them saying that he was on the drug, but he never had the drug because he wasn't a part of the family to get that said drug.
Right.
So would it make sense why he would be drugged out to be possessed?
I mean, you could make the case because he's there all the time. Jesse's already. Well, what's your 2 cents in this, Jessie?
I don't have 2 cents. I'm just listening to you guys.
And she's like, I have 10 cents.
I have 50 cents.
Well, what's your take on it then, Jessie? I would like to know. Like, what do you think?
Like hallucinogens and ghosts or demons, if you will.
I mean, I feel like being both of the science world and of the paranormal world, I think a medication can alter definitely your brain to like make you not necessarily be possessed, but put you on different like wavelengths of insanity. I mean, look at people that were freaking taking bath salts and eating people.
Yeah.
True.
So, I mean,
and let me ask you this, Jessie. So, since you're you have a medical background. Do you think that I'm not saying any drug in particular, but I'm just saying a hallucinogen in general. Do you think that it could manipulate someone, not necessarily in the sense that it's driving you mad, but do you think it could cause someone to enter a different plane or gain access to speaking to the other side, whether it be spirits or in this case demons?
Definitely. Like I think that it'll definitely alter your brain where you'll either become vulnerable so that something can possess you,
Right.
or be or like just be on a freaking viaje where you're gonna do and see crazy shit. Like you're just
Right.
gonna be on a totally different wavelength or frequency as everybody.
Right. I mean, because there's levels to it, right? I mean, spirits, they llego con hallucinogens. But
Yes.
demons, that you got to hit a whole nother level of a plane to experience those kind of things. Am I wrong? Or is it's easily for, as easy as it is for a spirit to do it or a ghost, a demon can creep into, that plane as well when you're experiencing all of this with the hallucinogens.
Right. So you'll be like vulnerable enough to fall for or to be able to be possessed.
Yeah. Okay. I've always wondered that. And you kind of cleared it up a little bit. I hope it clears up for you a little bit out there. Just so you know, Jessie does have a medical background. She's got she have masters already. You have masters in
Well, my
medicine?
master's is not in that, but I am been in the medical field nursing for over 20 years.
There you go. She's in the medical nursing for 20 years. Okay. That's the reason why I'm asking the question of her. And obviously because she's clairvoyant and she, knows all of everything paranormal, just like this dude that I hope is gone now.
Kid, by the way, that dude.
I say dude because Jessie said it. So, yeah.
He's gone.
Thank you. I feel a little better.
And then you're just like, oh, never mind.
No, he's gone.
That was wild.
1,500 comments, and I'll take a hallucinogen in a haunted place. And,
Did you say 50 million comments?
1,500.
Oh, 1,500 comments. Yeah, if you want to see Oscar do that, or we'll film it, you just
if you want to see
drop
Oscar
some
get possessed, comment below.
This next one,
all right, Ethan, what's the next one? Go for it.
And then
Perron
this next one's my
case.
favorite. My favorite.
It's 1971. One of the earliest notable cases investigated by the Warrens was the Perron family. The Perrons were haunted by supernatural activity at their home in Harrisville, Rhode Island. The Warrens determined that the source of the haunting was a witch named Bathsheba. I don't know if I'm saying the Bathsheba Sherman.
Bathsheba Sherman. Yeah.
Bathsheba
Sherman.
Yeah, who had cursed any future occupants of the land. This story formed the core of the original 2013 movie The Conjuring, which introduced Patrick Wilson and Vera Ferguson.
Farmiga.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Farmiga's
interpretation of the role.
The roles of the Ed Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, so this obviously this particular movie, not Jessie, obviously not Jessie, but it creeped everybody out. It scared everybody. The majority of people are
This movie creeped me out a little bit. I just said it did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She did say that earlier.
Just said it did.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Okay, and I don't know. Watching this movie and then after watching this movie and going about your daily life, I'm not saying it scarred you because it shouldn't. It's a movie, but did it have a lasting effect after you saw it? Like, were you still thinking about it? And this goes for everyone. And did it alter anything in your life? Where kind of like how I mentioned, Paranormal Activity did to me, where I would take a shower and not close my eyes when the soap was coming down my eyes. Yeah,
The very few times that you bathe.
Once a year. When I come
this
out of
movie freaked
hibernation.
me. This movie freaked the heck out of me, for sure, because I feel like it's more realistic. Like it happened and it can happen again
Yeah,
to anybody.
definitely could. I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, there's certain stuff I don't mess with anyways because of things like that. So it definitely freaked me out.
Question,
Like,
though,
Go for
about
it.
the movie, because in the movie, you know how at the end the mom gets possessed by the witch. Is that
Mhm.
something that can happen?
Yeah, can a witch possess someone like that?
Yes, absolutely.
shit.
The witch can take form of something else, and it can,
Right.
yeah, a lot of things. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Oscar?
I honestly get them all confused, so I have to rewatch them. Honestly, like I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. Like the Nun,
can't
all those stuff
remember.
are like I
Yeah.
think of all these movies and they're just like a big like
This
One
one,
ball
I'm
of a
trying to remember
movie.
if like a notable
Yeah.
part maybe. It was when they started doing like kind of like their own ghost investigating things, and they would have like tripwires. So if like something would happen, like a camera would go off, and there was a cop too. They had a cop there.
Right.
Yes, of course.
I've ever seen one. Was it the
Like, what's
daughter?
a
They got
cop-
dragged
like-
through the kitchen
Yes.
and all that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
No, but the best part is when it drags her into like the basement and she yells for her husband. That's
Oh,
like the best
yes.
part.
That gave me chills down
I'm
my
like,
spine. That was crazy. I
It was the
actually
best
wanna-
part.
You know what
Actually-
sucks? You guys remember what happened within the first 10 minutes of the damn movie? Like, dog, remember?
Oh, that's
Oh, I
right.
know.
That's right. And everybody always hopes for dogs to survive in movies.
Yep.
Not in this one.
No.
Sorry.
I won't watch the doggy Sergio. I won't even look at the street if I see a dog on the side of the road.
Okay, that's real life. This is a movie.
It doesn't matter. It got the
Still,
dog.
though.
That's like the first sign. Like if that, like when something happened to the dog, they should have
It's
freaking left.
over. If
Yeah,
the
they
dog
should
gets
have.
killed, that means everybody's liable of getting killed.
For
in this
real.
Yep.
Like hello.
Yes.
No, and then the part
And-
where she gets possessed, remember, like she was like laying on the bed and the witch got in her face and just like threw up and whatever she
Oh,
did in her
yeah,
mouth.
that was crazy.
I don't know why they always do that. Like what's
the throwing up
thing
or-
with the exchange of like
Fluids.
the fluids? Like,
In my mouth.
I don't get that.
What about you, Ethan? Did it have a lasting effect on you?
Not necessarily, but what I did like about it is the whole paranormal investigating aspect. Like they're
Of course you
using
did.
because here's the thing, because you think of like Ghost Adventures and stuff, you think all the
Because they were
high-tech
using
stuff.
old technology.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what it
Because it
using
was
is.
high
old school,
technology.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like kind of the dumb things that you guys would do when you guys were trying to catch a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
that's the fourth.
It's true.
But like one thing I did like though, and when they're doing the investigation, is when they had the assistant, and he would have the headphones on, and he can switch into microphones from different rooms. And I think he switched into one room, right, and he can hear something talking to the daughter, or something like that.
Mhm.
That was cool. I like that part. That was kind of creepy, but
Most people would be like, that was kind of scary. That was cool when he heard the microphone with the daughter. Ethan. So this next one, Ethan.
It looks like a platypus.
When I
What is
scrolled
that?
down, I was
so
like,
no,
hell
this
no.
one
So-
is in the second one, and when they're in England.
Yes. For whatever reason, I love this story.
It's like a fish, like a fish.
I love this story.
What is one of the Warrens have to be? I can't read right now. Sorry.
Okay, the Enfield
What?
Poltergeist case is one of that the Warrens have tied to. So this historical record shows that they actually had very little interaction with the subjects. The paranormal activity in the case was centered on sisters Margaret and Janet Hodson, who lived with their family in a council house in Enfield, London, and reported strange noises as well as objects moving on their own. Although the Warrens did visit the house, they were only involved briefly, reportedly offering help to get books and movies based on the story of the
Off the
ground.
ground.
Okay. As fate would have it, a hit movie would indeed come out of the story, The Conjuring. The Conjuring 2, the Enfield case. The movie offered more of an explanation of the entity than the real-life case files, linking the origin of the haunting to the demon Valak, who in the movie takes on the form of a nun and would later become a primary antagonist of the Nun
Yep.
sub-franchise, harnessing the spirit of the house's late former resident, Bill Wilkins. That creepy viejito that was like chilling on the recliner while everybody was dying around him.
Yeah,
that's him,
the
Bill
one.
Wilkins.
I'm like,
But
what?
the thing with the top palette, I forgot the damn name. Hold on, let me look it up.
Search Google Lens.
Oh, Crooked Man.
Crooked Man. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's crazy. I mean, I this one freaked me out. I know that the Crooked Man wasn't a part of the initial case, but it still made it crazy altogether. And this is the same one where like the press was involved too, and they put it in the press, right? And they were saying that the girl's doing it herself, making those different voices. It just didn't make any sense. I think there's an infamous picture of her like jumping in the eye and the like above her bed or something like that. Is that right, Ethan?
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Ethan. You're like,
Yeah.
What are you typing your memoirs over there? Or
No,
what?
it's because I'm writing notes.
He's like, today for lunch, I had a pop.
Wait, okay.
2 throat coat, all drops.
It is not. It is not working.
What was your question?
Were you looking at Pac-Man? Or
No,
what?
I was writing. I was
What were
writing
you
notes.
doing?
That's why. It's because I'm trying to write notes for the Annabelle and the next scene. That's why. Because
okay.
so I'm gonna forget. You know how I am.
Okay, like why did it make it? Like, what says that is scary? Like, the Raggedy Ann doll would.
The
just
Raggedy
freak
Ann
the
doll
shit out of
scares me more than that.
Exactly.
That's for damn
like,
sure.
what is this?
But you know what's
like,
stupid?
It looks like
In these movies, they had the Raggedy Ann doll, like in moments,
like featured
Didn't
in
they
different
throw 'em
spots.
in there? Yeah.
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 It's so
So
stupid.
the next one obviously is Annabelle.
The Annabelle. Early 1970s. Obviously, this one is an adaptation of Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, and Annabelle Comes Home. Actually, Annabelle Comes Home was the scariest one, I think.
it was pretty creepy.
I think it's the creepiest one out of all of them, though. Out of all the three Annabelles.
It was, yeah.
It was pretty creepy, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like
That's
the first
just-
one wasn't
Especially-
scary, though.
Which is the one? Isn't that the one where like she's on her way home to her daughter and like the car stops in the middle of like a weird cemetery or area?
Mhm.
Yeah, that one's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's the Come Homes one. I think, was it the Creation one? Was when, that's one game missed. There's one where you're on a farm. They're on the farm, and then there's one that you follow like a cult. I think. Yeah.
Okay, clearly I'm not brushed up on Annabelle.
Oh.
I just remember seeing the first one, and that's it.
With the two nurses or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's the one I'm familiar with.
Mm-hmm. All right. The haunted doll Annabelle is one of the most prominent cases in which the Warrens participated. Two roommates who had acquired the doll reported that it was haunted, and the doll later became a centerpiece of the Warrens' occult museum. We should go, by the way.
No, thank you.
Yeah, right.
Jesse, I'll wait for you outside, bro.
Jesse would implode.
10,000 likes, and I'll go to
10,000 likes, 10,000 comments. Ethan will forcibly go over there and get possessed.
All right. Although the Warrens did not publish the story of the case themselves or with a co-author, as was the case with many of their published works, it was featured in the 1980 biography, The Demonologist, which was written by Gerald Brittle, who later penned The Devil in Connecticut. What is up with the Connecticut stuff? It's always...
Dude, honestly, what is... we got to have a full episode about Connecticut, because this is wild. What's going on in Connecticut?
Any of the viewers, if you're from Connecticut, comment down some weird stuff.
Yeah.
What's
If you're from
going on?
Connecticut
Yeah.
and you've
Connecticut.
experienced anything, if you have any lore or history notes on it, because obviously we're not familiar with it, go ahead and leave a comment, send us an email, whatever. That way, educate us. Go ahead, continue.
The Annabelle matter is the first case the Warrens was before the investigation of the Perron family that takes place over the course of the majority of the original movie. A prologue follows a couple investigating the Annabelle case. The creepy opening sequence would later birth a trilogy of spin-off movies, followed the origins and subsequent activities of
Where?
of the doll.
What?
Who was given
Subsequent.
a redesign. Oh, look at here's what Jessie was talking about. Who was given a redesign to look like a eerie porcelain doll, as opposite of the real Annabelle, who was a Raggedy Ann doll. But why though?
Okay, look, this is just me thinking out loud. To me, the Annabelle doll that they have in Annabelle, it's like if it would be a parody in one of the Wayans brothers
Well,
scary
it is.
movies. Like that would be
Oh
it.
my god, I love those.
Yeah.
Like that would be the Annabelle in there, and like mocking these movies.
Yes.
It's strange. I mean, don't get me wrong. At times during the movie, it is creepy, but
Yeah.
overall, I really believe that the Raggedy Ann doll would have far more scarier
Creepier, yeah.
than this Annabelle doll. But that's just how I feel about it.
Annabelle looks like she's been in East LA.
Yeah, there you go. She was chilling with La Llorona.
She was chilling with La Llorona. She was doing her eyebrows in East LA.
Oh,
Get some tacos later.
Yeah, she's got the pencil eyebrows. You see that? The
So I'm
tattoo
gonna show you
eyebrows.
my lash tech.
See, and like we've seen videos on the real Annabelle doll and the Raggedy Ann doll, and I find those creepier than. There's a reason why I didn't watch the rest of these, is because it didn't really do anything for me, and it could be the design of the doll or whatever. But I find those real documentaries about the real Annabelle doll to be creepier, because I don't know if it's just me, but growing up, that doll in general, growing up, was creepy. It was. Obviously, we didn't own any, but I remember seeing it in cousins' houses, that did like that. The Raggedy Ann doll. It's just a creepy. Our aunt used to have one as well, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
She used to have it up top, but oh no, it always creeped me out. I mean, how do you guys feel? I mean, we all probably feel the same with this particular iteration of the Annabelle doll, but I'm saying, obviously, most of us have a thing about dolls, and they're creepy. Not Oscar, because he has one is in his house.
He has two in his house.
He has two
They're
now.
creepy to me, but I mean, they're my homies now, so it's all good.
They're my homies now.
Yeah, but I have a story about the Annabelle doll. I'm trying to. What happened?
What's that, Jess?
I was going to ask you about that.
What?
About me having a doll?
Yeah, like your connection with your wife and the dolls.
Okay, what's the question? Or that's the question?
No, that's what I was gonna
That is
ask
a
you,
question.
like, yeah.
Like, what's her connection to the doll?
To the doll? Well, the
Sure.
doll was something that she had since she was a kid. And it's like the American dolls, like the ones that have like
Yeah,
clothes
it's an
and all
American doll.
that. So she just kept it. It's part of her childhood. Her childhood was rough, so I think that's one thing that maybe she just kept. That was, I don't know. I have
It
to ask her
stuck
about
with her.
that. But
I would love to get a backstory on it, and we're still waiting to see this, this elusive doll on the show.
maybe when I host next time, that'll be my topic
there you
or
go.
part of it.
Perfect.
But growing up, I'm pretty sure it was this doll, the Raggedy Ann doll, because my sister had a doll like this, and it had red hair, looked like a farmer little girl type of thing. And one day I was walking down the hallway from the Mimic story, going to the living room, and she was sitting next to the doll watching TV. And I swear my mom was in the kitchen, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I look at her. Right when I look at her, the hand moves. And my sister just doesn't move at all. And she looks over at it, and she's like, "Did it just move?" I'm like, "Dude, that thing just moved." And she just freaking flung it like across the living room. And we literally ran out. And my mom was like, "What the heck?" She's just sitting there. And we're just, obviously she didn't know that much English at the time. So she didn't know what we were saying. And we ran out. She ran out, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "The doll moved." We threw it out that same day, and like that was it. But
Hell no.
Yeah.
And watch, you threw it out, but that's the one that's encased at the Zach Bagans Museum.
I know, right?
But ever since then, that's where my like ick of dolls started.
That's where it comes from.
That's
That's
real
where your
ick.
love of dolls began.
It's a real ick, not like the Poltergeist video you made when you were a kid.
nah. Yeah.
If you're not familiar with what we're talking about, go to the last episode. It's towards the end of the video. We'll create a timestamp for it. So we've come to numero uno, and
The most
everybody's familiar
infamous
with
one.
this. Yes.
I love this one.
Which is
Damn,
crazy.
look how
'Cause
many
I'm looking at
movies
the
he
list.
went out of.
Exactly.
Oh
How many
my
damn movies are?
gosh.
Wait,
So-
there was 3D in 1983.
Apparently.
Apparently so. But
So-
it was that you guys weren't around for it, but it was like little 3D glasses you had that were red and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it-
it was like
it-
a red and blue thing, but they were like paper. Like,
Yeah, it was
weren't they
paper.
like
They,
part of like
they were
the
paper. Yeah.
like the toilet paper rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that-
the,
yeah.
like the push-up ice creams. Remember the push-up ice creams?
Yeah,
the push-
exactly.
That was all
That's
toilet.
exactly-
Yeah, that's a toilet paper roll thing, dude.
All right. So if anyone hasn't noticed yet, this one's called the Amityville Horror. There are so many movies. There's
Yes.
the Amityville Horror, Amityville 2, The Possession, Amityville 3D, Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes, Amityville Curse, Amityville 1992, It's About Time. To finish the list, Amityville A New Generation, Amityville Dollhouse, The Amityville Horror, and Amityville The Awakening. I feel like you just need maybe just two. Why let's see, there's 1, 2.
The
3,
best one
4,
is
5,
usually
6.
always the original one.
There's 10 of them.
It usually is, but if it's got Ryan in
Reynolds?
There, if it's got Ryan Reynolds in
the
there.
2017 one?
That
or
is
2005?
horrible. 2017.
2017.
It was the best part of the entire franchise. Was his body was
Horrible.
glistening in the night,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that was the best part, honestly. Just his body
Yes.
glistening.
glistening.
I think the one I watched was 2005.
The Amityville Horror, the one
I
with
remember when you
Ryan,
showed me the
Red,
original
right?
one.
Ryan
Like
Reynolds.
red.
Yeah, the one
Wait,
with
that's
Ryan
him?
Reynolds. Yeah,
What? No way.
yeah, dude. Look
Is
at
it?
that's
It is
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been drinking.
He's
like,
right here. He's like, what's up?
I know.
That's where he's
You're
going to the
wrong.
bow house or something.
Yeah,
Wait, that's
so it
really
is.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. The Amityville Horror case is by far the most
Horror.
notorious in the Warren's case. Warren or what the fuck? Okay, sorry for that bomb. But that looked weird. Warren's over.
Ovaries.
No, it's not
Ovaries?
ovaries.
Would you like me to read it again?
Yeah. Wait, let's have Sergio do it. I want him to do his sexy.
Ándale,
deep
Sergio.
voice.
Tú sabes. Do it.
All right, here we go. The Amityville horror case is by far the most notorious in the Warrens. Over, I guess.
Over.
When George and Kathy Lutz moved into a new home on Long Island, they reported that they were haunted in the house where Ronald DeFeo Jr. had murdered
DeFeo.
DeFeo had murdered 6 family members in the year before. The Lutz family left the house after 28 days, and the report of their paranormal experience became a major phenomenon. After Jay Anson captured the story in his 1977 book of the same name, the success of the publication led to the first major movie adaptation of an Ed and Lorraine Warren case in 1979, featuring James Brolin. Forgot that James Brolin was in it.
Damn.
And Margot Kidder as George and Kathy Lutz. That movie was followed by many sequels, a remake starring Ryan Reynolds, that's for you, Oscar, and a variety of low-budget offerings that began to appear in the early 2010s, taking advantage of the fact that the name of the town, Amityville, is not copyrightable. The Warrens' investigation was also dramatized in the prologue of The Conjuring 2. I remember
Yep.
that as well.
They're thinking that's what they're thinking about the next one's going to be about. Hopefully that it's going to be their
Amityville
version
Horror?
of Amityville.
I mean, they should, because they'll do it justice, because I guess you could say the Amityville Horror case kind of skyrocketed their career.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think to pay homage to the Warrens, I think it would only be right to create another adaptation for it.
Yeah.
Because all these other ones like Amityville 3D, I'm sure it was just like mostly jump scares or what have you. But I honestly believe that Blumhouse, it'd be smart for them to do that movie. They're probably not going to. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan, this last movie that they're coming out with for The Conjuring that they've already announced that's going to happen. The Conjuring's been featured many times on the pod, but not as serious as it has now. And
It says the film is expected to explore one of the Warrens' most challenging cases, potentially focusing on a case in Spain involving a Montessori or an ancient religious relic.
Yes, I know what this is going to be about now.
What?
It's going to connect a nun, because remember in Spain, they're going to finally connect the nun to Lorraine
the nun
Warren
storyline.
The first one.
Yeah, okay.
Because the main nun in the storyline that's following the demon
is Lorraine Warren.
Supposed to be Lorraine Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that no one really knows her backstory before she got into what she was doing.
Right.
But that's what this is, because even I think the actress that plays Lorraine Warren, that's her little sister, I think, that plays her.
In that the nun part, right?
Yeah, it's a little sister that plays her younger version of herself.
Okay. So I guess you could say Amityville Horror is off the table.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I would think you know what though? I can see it happening maybe in the future, like as a spin-off, because you can think about it where maybe Amityville is what started their museum. And maybe that will be like start of our museum. This is the first artifact that we're putting in this museum, and it's because of Amityville. But before we move away from this and go into our story, there's one specific story that wasn't on here, and I was hoping it was. That hopefully there's a movie about, because Sarah's been dying to see a movie or something about this. Was the samurai suit and armor that's in the museum?
Yes.
That no one knows what it's about. No one knows, and it's in the museum to this day.
There's an actual.
It's an actual thing. Yeah.
The armor's actually in there. The samurai armor is actually.
It's an actual thing.
And they've never discussed it. Nothing.
I can't find anything.
Look.
Interesting.
Like anything credible from Ed and Lorraine Warren. I can't find anything from them.
Okay, I have something. I don't know. Like I said, take with a grain of salt. So the samurai in the Conjuring universe, okay? The samurai armor is supporting antagonist in 2019 horror film Annabelle Comes Home, the 7th installment of the Conjuring universe. It is a suit of ancient Japanese samurai armor that is possessed by the evil spirit of its former wearer. Okay. The samurai was an unnamed warrior in feudal Japan. While little is specifically known about the samurai's past, it is known that it attacked and slaughtered innocent people, including women and children, without remorse. Damn. When the wearer died, the person's soul possessed the very suit of armor. Sometime after the Warrens founded the New England Society for Psychic Research in 1952, they came into possession of the armor, blessed it, and sealed it away in their occult museum in their home. There's a little bit of it. I mean, it's not like super detailed.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So eye-opening for anybody that was wondering about that feudal Japan samurai armor, like I was, and I answered a lot of questions I had, and there's still more that I have, but nevertheless, Ethan, this was a great list. Great discussion from top to bottom. Awesome. So next, we actually have some time for a viewer submission, which is super exciting for this one. This particular submission is hailing from San Jose, and it's from Kylee. Thank you so much, Kylee, for submitting this to the show. We are honored to feature it on the show, and we're going to obviously discuss after. If you're watching, and you want to submit your show, submit it to Paranormal Dudes Stories at gmail.com right here. Go ahead and submit them. That way we could feature on the show just like Kylee. So Kylee says, "Hi, my name's Kylee, and I'm listening from San Jose, California. After listening to this week's episode, I wanted to tell you guys about our notorious Backroad, which is Hick's Road. The legend is that there are cannibalistic albinos that live deep in the mountains. There's also an old pioneer cemetery from when San Jose was an old mining town. I don't have a story of albinos on Hicks, but I have a paranormal story. My friends and I had picked up a couch on the side of the road and had dropped it off at Hicks Road down by a creek as a makeshift smoke spot. We were going to smoke, and to get to our spot, we had to turn around, so we were parked on the right side of the street. While turning around, we passed a van with a younger man sitting in the driver's seat by himself. I remember seeing him when we passed, and after we had parked behind him through this side and rearview mirror as we were sitting down by the creek. We heard a man's voice yell, F-U-C-K, over and over again. There were houses on the out. As we were getting close to the car, two cop cars pulled up. They asked if we had had been the ones to call 911 to report someone passing out. We told them no, but that we had seen the guy in the van, and we had got there. My friend then told them we had driven by a turn and parked behind him, that he looked slumped over, which was very weird. We drove by and I saw him sitting up. I could see his face. How did we see two different things at the same time? The cops went over to check the van and told us we were okay to go. As we're getting into the car, I hear one of the cops go, "No one's in here." Did we just see a ghost? Was it him that we heard screaming by the creek? I'm not sure what to think of the experience, but it's something I'll never forget. If not paranormal, it was just weird altogether. My friends and I were completely freaked out, one more than the rest of us, because he had two pockets full of devil's lettuce in front of the four cops and a narc dog. I still think about it every time I drive down this road. Thank you for reading my story. I hope this makes it into the podcast. And it did, Kylee. So that's a crazy story. And what's even crazier is that there's a lot of people that experience it at the same time. What do you guys think?
I mean, the first thing I'll say is having that much in your pocket is definitely a lot scarier than whatever's happening
Whatever happened
there.
Yeah.
Of the devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
But I mean, this kind of jumps into what we were talking about a little bit earlier, like being under the influence, maybe not a hallucinogenic, but
sure.
being on a different level of frequency because you're under
a different plane, possibly. Yeah, correct. Yes.
I would never stop on the road, or if I stopped on the road, I just I don't know, I just run somewhere, because when you stop on the road, something's gonna happen. I don't care how long it is or what. It's like,
I agree.
Something's gonna happen.
What's weird is that they were under the influence, but even the cops said that they saw something too, which is the weird part.
And the
And that's
call.
yeah. And here's the weird thing too. I always wondered, how often do police officers get calls into like homes for like some weird stuff?
All the
And then it's
time.
like paranormal
I'm sure they do
stuff.
all the time. I'm sure they do all the time. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a distress call. If someone feels like their life's at risk, then police are by law they're required to go over there if that individual feels like their life is at risk.
Yeah.
But dude, this story's crazy. One question. So maybe this will shed some light for Kylee. Do you guys believe there's any correlation between what they experienced, what the cops experienced, and hearing that entity or whatever it was completely saying the F-bombs over and over again, and the cannibalistic albinos, because of all that energy, if they're consuming people in that vicinity? Do you think anything correlates maybe to that paranormal experience? What do you think, Jesse? Anybody?
I just look up Hicks Road and it's wild.
So there's even more things
what
that
just
happen.
pops up, like the albino stuff. There's pictures, there's videos, there's actual evidence.
No way. Okay.
And I think it does contribute to it. It's like what we talked about, like with the other back roads. Like there's so much that has happened there in the past and the present.
Yeah.
That it's just a epicenter for all that.
Yeah. What do you think, Ethan?
About the whole thing in general, like.
Yeah, I mean, no. What I said. Do you think there's a correlation from how you feel, if there's a correlation between the cannibalistic albinos and what they experienced, or just the overall incident itself as well?
Maybe not the cannibalistic albinos, but like maybe I don't know. Who knows? What if these cannibalistic albinos aren't like spirits or like
there has to be some weird like mixed breed of things out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, of course.
Reading
but
some
I think
stuff on Reddit right now, and
about Hicks Road.
Yeah, so apparently somebody spoke to one of the last owners of the mine, and they used to put roadkill at the entrances to scare off people from going inside.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on this.
My gosh. Well, thank you for opening a new chapter and us doing a little bit more deep diving on Hicks Road. Who knows? Maybe that'll become an episode. It sounds like there's a lot of things that have happened there. It maybe be featured. But once again, thank you, Kylee, for the submission. This is a crazy story. We love these kind of stories. They're right up our alley. Who knows? Maybe we could.
Oscar will
I'm going to be going to Northern California on May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
10,000 comments. Oscar will go on Hicks Road and see what's going on over there. But like I said, prior to reading the story, if you have a story and you want to share it with us and we'll talk about it on the show, leave it. And you can either DM one of us on IG or submit it to our email at paranormaldudesstories@gmail.com, and it will get featured on the show. Thank you so much, Kylee, once again. Much appreciated. And without further ado, the segment of the show that maybe no one cares about, but I do. It's video time. All right, let me pull these videos up.
Just keep in mind, everyone, Sergio just gave us a briefing. There are going to be some funny videos in these. So
not many, but
more than usual.
Sprinkled.
Although to Jessie, all of them are funny.
Yeah, all of them are funny, apparently, to Jessie.
All right, okay. So everyone, right now, while we watch these scary videos, keep an eye on Jessie. Count how many times.
Yeah.
Wait, here. You know
Leave
what?
a comment.
You know
she
what?
already got 6.
If you made it, hold on. If you made it this far into the video, okay, I want you to count how many times Jessie rolls her eyes and put it in the comments below, and we're gonna fact check you.
The right one will. I don't know. We'll think of something to give you
You'll
guys.
You'll get a shout out in the next podcast. Like, hey, you got it right.
Yeah, you'll get a shout out for sure. If you get the right amount of eye rolls from Jessie.
She's like this. She's like,
Just like this.
Where's my tape?
All right, here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Okay.
Okay.
You hear that? Yeah,
something in the
listen
corner.
to it when they bring it out.
There's something in the corner.
Well, there's nothing there, but you could hear it.
Sounds like somebody flushed the
there we
toilet.
go.
Oh, number one.
Number one. Did you hear Oscar? It's the toilet.
Sounds like somebody flushed the toilet, doesn't it? I don't know. To me,
It
it's
does.
Señor.
Look, I can hold you right here, and then
That's you guys
And
looking
then-
your podcast.
and
background.
then I just heard Lily. Y'all about to see how fake she is if you guys see her leave. You heard her again, huh? Okay, no, that's weird, babe. Lily's gone. Hold the up, bro. I
Oh,
literally
okay.
keep hearing Lily's voice.
Babe, do not respond to it. Do not open the door to it. That's what it wants. I put my slippers on. I grabbed my purse and I left. Like, I locked the door. I left.
Look, I can hold you right here, and then
What the?
and then
yeah, the dog knows,
And
bro. Look at
then-
the
The dog
ears.
knows.
Yeah, the dog's like,
y'all about to see
something's
how
up.
fake she is if you guys see her leave. You heard her again, huh? Okay, no, that's weird, babe. Lily's gone. Hold the up, bro. I literally keep hearing Lily's voice.
Babe, do not respond to it. Do not open the door to it. That's what it wants. I put my slippers on.
Why is she freaking talking like a damn 911 operator?
It's gonna be Oscar and
He needs
Ed
to
Liz
change.
at one
He needs to
day.
change his smoke detector battery.
Beep.
I heard it going off.
Beep. Beep. Oh my gosh.
Great, home alone, and the dogs are freaking out again. Well, we got this. And it looks pretty brand new now. And you're serious. Why every time when I'm home alone? You've got to be kidding. Right? Are you kidding me? And that door was 100% open.
That door was
What
open. Did you guys see at the
the-
beginning?
Yeah.
Oscar, did they hire you for this video?
For real, huh?
How's that on the
Rosary
ground?
on the floor.
Necklace?
The rosary.
No, it's a rosary.
What? Great.
Again.
Home alone. And
Pause it. Pause it.
See the
Hold
door's
on.
open. What's up?
Again, another reason why see, I agree with Jessie on this one. There's another reason why I think it's fake. It's because there has to be a rosary or something with the
A rosary
cross
thrown
or-
on the floor.
You know, it has to be
So
something
dumb.
like when I feel like whenever there's something like that's involved, it's 100% fake. Like, I don't know. Why does it have to be that? Why can't it just be, oh, someone knocks and then closes the door and then that's it?
Hey, good question.
You know what I think it is? I think that's what people are. That's their limit of what they're willing to use to mess with to make something fake. Like, I don't think they'll get like a actual like cross and like
Yeah.
all these other.
Yeah,
I think
of
they're like,
course,
oh,
of
rosary, the way whatever it lands, whatever.
Okay. I actually have too many videos and we're actually running out of time. So we'll do one in Jesse's eyes.
Are you gonna do a
scary
Are you gonna
one?
do a scary one now? Pendejo.
Here we go.
Oh no,
Oh my
bro!
God, no mames. No mames.
Hell no! I ain't looking at
Sergio,
that.
stop.
I'm not looking at you.
Was that scary enough for you,
You
too?
freaking knew I hate that shit.
Oh man, when I first saw it, I'm like, this is gonna get the guys so good. Not Jesse, because
Wait.
she's a
Did you not get the one I
Jessie.
sent you, Sergio?
Paper mache. That
I'm
paper
saving
mache
it. I'm saving
face.
it.
Okay,
Were they
okay.
making a piñata?
Paper mache. So here's the funny one. Okay, pay close attention. I don't know if you guys have seen this video or you guys have heard what a seal sounds like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, you've heard them before.
Mhm.
Okay, so this seal sounds weird. Okay, yeah. Okay, that was weird.
What
Here's
if
the
I
video.
told you that the audio you're about to listen to is not from a human speaking, but a seal?
Did you know that when it snows,
Oh my god.
eyes become alive?
Baby.
Oh God. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
done, Sergio.
Oh,
I don't understand.
oh my god! I'll
It's
It's
chop
the
it
band's
up. But
name. It's a it's a
no, it's the artist name. It's Seal.
seal.
Oh,
My eyes hurt. Seriously.
Oh my god! Of course.
Ah.
It was a good episode. Of course, weird things happening on the pod as usual. Jessie scaring the shit out of me with
Sergio.
the little entity boy thing.
Sergio,
It. She said it. What's that, Ethan?
did you pay attention to Oscar when he played the last video though? Because
Yeah, he
I
was
was
like-
laughing. I look at Oscar. Oscar's just like,
I didn't get it at all, bro. I was like, why are they laughing so hard? Like, I don't get it.
But if you saw Jessie's reaction, it was just like the biggest. It was just
Oh my God.
baby. Big part of my childhood, the Batman cups from McDonald's, big time.
Ooh.
Anyway, like I said, it was a good episode. Jessie scaring the bejesus out of me. And thank you, Ethan, for the topic. Awesome topic. Conjuring is always going to have a home here on the Paranormal Dudes podcast. It always has been, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. Keep.
Whose topic is next week?
Sergio's.
Is it yours?
Oh,
God.
there we
what?
go.
Let me get my eyes ready.
So it's going to be me. And there will definitely be an eye roll counter for Jessie on that episode. I'll make sure of it when I'm editing.
I'm gonna need Botox by the time I'm
Yes,
done.
she will.
You don't notice, Sergio, when you do your intro, sometimes Jessie rolls her eyes. Because like
Jessie rolls her eyes just when I'm speaking. Okay, that's it.
Oh,
Another one.
That's
whatever.
it. So it was a good episode. We're looking forward to the future of the ideas that are rolling around in our heads. More creepy stories are coming out. Our short stories, we're definitely going to be adding more. I hope you guys pay close attention to all of that. We love putting those together. We're actually going to compile the last 4 that we have, and we'll make it one giant story, one giant video. We have plans in the future. Maybe this could turn into a small budget short film, hopefully in the future, if the cards play right. If you drop 10,000 comments, we will definitely do it. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure. Thanks to Jessie, Osk, and Ethan for being on the pod. Catch you guys on the next one. Later, dudes.